There is no question that the Dragon Rulers were the dominant threat throughout the entirety of the May 2013 format. Spellbook was seemingly the only strategy that could contest the Dragon Rulers, but even it had its limitations. However, there was one deck lurking in the shadows of the format that many players perceived to present an answer to the Dragon Rulers while also being quite budget by comparison, Evilswarm. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
So it's the WCQ season. Dragon Ruler is tearing up top tables multinationally, but Yu-Gi-Oh players are built of tough stuff. They are nothing if not resourceful. Over the course of the last couple of weeks, they have come up with a deck that has a fighting chance at stopping the Dragon Ruler menace, Prophecy. But if Yu-Gi-Oh players are two things, they are resourceful and coping. And the latter is exemplified in this. Evilswarm is an anti-meta deck designed to beat exactly Dragon Ruler. Their flagship card, Evilswarm Ophion, which can be made with 2 level 4 Evilswarm monsters, of which they have a vanilla, making it a prime Rescue Rabbit candidate, prevents an opponent from summoning monsters with level 5 or higher stats. That sounds pretty good against a deck whose main game plan is to summon a bunch of monsters in one turn and overlay them for powerful bosses. In practice, however, things went a little bit differently. To stick an Ophion, you have to be able to go first, otherwise your opponent is going to have multiple Draco Sacks that immediately contest it. Ophion's ability allows you to search protection for it in Infestation Pandemic, but that does nothing against the hand effect of Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. In the sideboard, people were already playing cards to beat Jaugen the Spiritualist like Tsukiyomi, which also beat Evilswarm Ophion. So why, despite the fact that this anti-meta deck didn't trade too favorably with the meta deck it was designed to beat, does it have so much representation during this period? Evilswarm was everywhere and has a ton of tops to its name in a period where, admittedly, it is extremely outclassed. Well, perhaps it's time to talk about one of the most insidious floodgates found in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game: price. You see, the price of Dragon Ruler prevented a lot of people from actually playing the strategy. 3 Dracosacks ran you almost $1,000, and for literal children, this was far out of reach. You could always play Prophecy, but shockingly, this second best deck was even more expensive than Dragon Ruler, with multiple secrets and ultras gumming up the main deck. If you didn't have a lot of money, and you wanted a fighting chance against the meta, you were probably playing Evilswarm. And that accounts for a majority of its tops during this period. Tons of tops during this period, despite the fact that the deck is just not as good as the other 2 archetypes with which it shares the format. Now, that's not to say that the deck is bad. It is capable, to be sure. If you look at this list, you can see it's actually playing very few actively bad cards, and it has ways to beat some of the cards that would beat it. Blaster, for instance, falls to Forbidden Dress or Safe Zone. An on-field thing like Dracosack can't beat a Calm Pulse. Setting 5 cards isn't too bad if you're on the draw, because some number of them will trade with the monsters your opponent already has. And while it has a terrible Prophecy matchup, that's something it can account for in the side deck, with cards like Eradicator Epidemic Virus available to the strategy by virtue of its playmakers like Ophion. There was a lot this deck maybe could accomplish, but in reality, it certainly didn't have the teeth that the other 2 titans did. We are going to be replicating the final round of the Mexican National WCQ. This took place in June of 2013. Finals was Dragon Ruler versus Evilswarm, and unfortunately for me, Dragon Ruler ends up taking the entire thing. This is Victor Mendoza's list, and it's the one that I appreciate the most. I think that there's very little chaff to this build. Double Effect Veiler is fine, Double Maxi is good, hedging against the 3rd copy in case you run into Prophecy, Triple Castor, Triple Kirkioan, Triple Mandragora, and Triple Thunderbird. All of these cards exist to facilitate an additional monster on your side of the field. Castor gives you an extra normal. Kirkioan also gives you another extra normal, but you have to already have been set up for one turn. Mandragora summons itself from the hand. Thunderbird banishes itself on your opponent's turn, the Chainbeat Superstar coming back to ensure you have material, like a Wind-Up Rabbit would. Double Maxi, double Rescue Rabbit, triple Evilswarm Heliotrope, big number on this guy, and a ridiculous flavor text. Double Forbidden Dress hedges against Blaster, double Forbidden Lance hedges against the Spellbook cards, Heavy Storm, double Infestation Pandemic, searchable off of Ophion, and prevents you from getting Breakthrough skilled, the other thing that this deck was very concerned about. 1 Reborn, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Compulse, a Fiendish Chain, an Infestation Infection. In scenarios where you already have a Pandemic, this can find you a follow-up. Mirror Force, Safe Zone, Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, and double Torrential. The side we've got DD Warrior Lady. This is one of the cards designed to beat Jowgen specifically. Droll and Lockbird against Prophecy, as is Eradicator, Epidemic Virus, and Mystical Space Typhoon. Double Electric Virus. This gets any of the rulers and Dracosac, which is fantastic. The third Maxi, which I will immediately be boarding into, Fiendish Chain, and a Floodgate specifically designed to beat the dragons. In the extra, we actually have a lot of really powerful stuff. Catastor and Scrap Dragon are fine synchros, but we've got Abyss Dweller, which is great against the dragon rulers. Emerald, which can get you back into more plays. Diamond Direwolf, which is an all-purpose removal spell. Bahamut is kind of Big Eye for this archetype. Triple Ophion, 1 Ouroboros. This would eventually get played again in stick chair formats, but for now we're just using it to potentially blow out an opponent. Cowboy, Gemini Pearl, Maestroke, Shockmaster, and Utopia. On paper, this deck probably should not beat Dragon Ruler, but it does have game against it. I just hope that I'm able to draw into the portions designed to beat it, and not the portions that brick you to high heaven. Looking at you, Evilswarm Heliotrope.
It feels so good to be out of the shirt of shame. That was a long time coming, and honestly, I think last week it was well deserved, but obviously I'm just tooting my own horn. For today, we are back on Dragon Rulers because Joseph is letting the evil take over and is trying to floodgate us out of the game like we did last episode, except with a different strategy in Evilswarm. So I took a Dragon Ruler list. I believe this is the second place list from the Mexican National. And the reason why I picked this list is because it's slightly different from the Dragon Ruler lists you've seen before. You can watch a few episodes back to see the full Dragon Ruler primer, because I don't want to do that every episode, but a lot of things are similar, right? We have 3 of all of the big Dragon Rulers. We have 2 of most of them. Very strange, there's only 1 Lightning and 1 Stream. I feel like you would want to have multiple copies of this, so hopefully this doesn't come up. Then we have the 3 Veilers, the Maxis, you know, your typical just offenders you would see in any Dragon Ruler based deck. But we also have some new inclusions in here. 1 copy of Archlord Christia, which is definitely teched for the mirror match, because in theory, you don't just have to have fairy monsters in your grave to special summon this, you can hard tribute summon Christia. And I always think it's funny when there's a format that has a lot of special summonable monsters that don't really have restrictions that lock you into a particular archetype, because we get to see a lot of ingenuity with cards like this. We saw last episode, Joseph's Dragon Ruler deck was playing a card like Spell Canceller. This deck is main decking Christia, so if you're playing the mirror match, you drop Christia, it's probably just game over. And Lightning Darkness Dragon is very similar, because being able to negate all the effects, I mean, most of the Dragon Ruler type effects require you to banish cards or to discard cards, so the opposing player is going to be at such a low amount of resources after they've gone through 4 activations of a Light and Darkness Dragon that it's probably going to win you the game. This deck's also teching a copy of Raikou in case it goes up against a specific matchup like Spellbook or even Evilswarm, because Raikou can actually just destroy Ophion or Jowgen, so that way you're able to special summon again. So we start to see a lot of interesting techs come out as the format starts to crystallize, because now that people know that Dragon Ruler's the deck to beat, Spellbook's second in line, everything else is basically irrelevant, but Evilswarm is obviously on the map, so we need to be prepared. That's why this deck is playing 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill in the main deck. This card is nice because on field you can flip it to negate an effect, but in the graveyard you can banish it to also negate another effect. And this is very important because you can use it to negate something like Ophion or Jowgen to ensure that you can keep playing. Now, unfortunately, Ophion can search a card like Infestation Pandemic, which protects it from trap effects, but we have to hope that Breakthrough Skill is single-handedly good enough. If we set this, we can flip it, negate Ophion from searching, then next turn banish Ophion, so that way we can negate him and we can go off with our plays. The extra deck's pretty much everything you've already seen up until this point. I think one of the more unique inclusions is Gem Knight Pearl. Evilswarm Ophion has 2550 attack, so if there's ever a scenario where you can get 2 level 4s on the field with with, like, let's say Reactin or Stream and Monster Reborn, you can make Pearl to have 50 more attack than Ophion and kill it. That's assuming they have no back row to interrupt this, but it is quite funny. And then for the side deck, this is where they got incredibly creative. Angel 07. This probably just wins you the mirror match immediately if you summon this. If it's tribute summoned, it gains this effect. Neither player can activate monster effects. I don't know how Dragon Ruler players can play under this card because you literally just win the game immediately. I'm sure there's some spells and traps maybe out of the side deck, but what a house of a card, and something that probably never saw play outside of Dragon Ruler format. 2 Puppet Plant, of course, for our matchups, the Warrior and Spellcasters are relevant. 2 Swift Scarecrow so we don't die. 2 Tsukiyomi as an out to both Jowgen as well as Ophion. Then 2 MST, triple Eradicator, triple Decree. We are not messing around when it comes to spells and traps, and just like Spellbook plays a lot of spell cards, Evilswarm plays a lot of traps, so we want to have answers to those cards. And this is going to be interesting. I'm curious, just like Spellbook won in the last episode, will Evilswarm be able to prove its prowess and be able to show why Ophion was such a threat and such a powerhouse for a budget player to compete in this grossly exorbitant format? There's only one way to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Well, Joseph, the Dragon Ruler Clown Fiesta continues. This time, the tables have turned, and now I am playing the Dragon Ruler deck. I think I would give myself a reprieve from playing the overpowered spellbooks before Judgment inevitably gets banned. But you're playing a bit of an interesting deck this time around.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit in the deck build, but conventional wisdom was that if you were trying to beat Dragon Ruler, this was the deck to do it. Ophion is an insurmountable obstacle for the deck that actually was quite simple to surmount. In reality, I think historically this deck was so played because it's cheap. It's cheap, yeah. It's easy to play, and it has some game against Ruler, which is something that literally no other deck that's not named Spellbook can say during this time. And Spellbook, shockingly, costs more than Dragon Ruler did. So, you know, this was your option.
Irony, right? That if you wanted to compete with the best deck of the format, the other option that isn't the mirror match is more expensive than the actual, meta threat. But here we are. I still think that this will be interesting to see until I read the text on Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos. But let's go ahead and shout the patron. It is Blazar Tanuki. Thank you for the support. Buddy, you have the hand up.
I'm just rolling a dice this time.
Oh, you're rolling a die. You've abandoned the
I've got a hand up, but it's the number of pips on the die.
All right, even.
It's odd. Wow, the die's paying dividends. Oh,
foiled. All right.
I was gonna pick even too.
Of course you were. Of course you were. Statistically, I should lose this game.
We'll see.
Maybe not statistically. I should lose this game 1, but we will see what happens. Best of luck, sir.
Do we still get the 6th card here?
We do still get the 6th card.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh no.
Can you make Ophia? Oh, you're setting. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, I think this is the end of my turn. Oh no. Oh,
buddy, you doing okay over there?
Bricky!
Okay, anything can stand by.
No!
All right, main 1. This hand seems good, but I don't think it's as good as I would like it to be. Let's start with a Foolish Burial.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's dump a Tempest. Next, I'm going to activate Tidal. I'm going to banish Redox and Tempest.
This seems pretty good.
Yeah, it seems fine. So trigger Tempest and Redux.
Yep.
So I will grab a copy of Pebbles, and I'll grab a copy of Lightning. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking if I just go the distance and just put you on Better Habit, I don't know if I can actually kill you necessarily. I don't think I can kill you, but I'm going to try to do this instead. Let's go ahead and go for Lightning, pitching Reactin.
Sure.
We're going to get a Tempest. I'm going to normal Effect Veiler.
Okay.
We're going to sync Veiler and Tempest. And I think, just to protect myself, I'm actually going to go Stardust. Battle, let's try to hit for 51.
Wow, that's a lot of damage. You had to make Stardust, did you?
Yeah, I figured if you're going to have something, Stardust would at least be the best option
I'll
to stop
take this
it.
51.
Okay. Second main, I'm going to Gold Sark. I'm going to banish Blaster, trigger Blaster. I'm going to add a blaster.
Yup.
I will set a card. And over to you, buddy.
That is what I got.
I see.
Wow.
Okay, so end phase, this title does go back to my hand, unfortunately. But I'll go ahead and draw. Let's head into our main one. This is turn 1 on Sark for the blaster.
Right.
Let's go burner pitch title.
Wow, that's pretty good, yeah.
It's not bad. Let's get ourselves a blaster. This still does not kill you just with what's on board, so I'm just going to go for it. Let's banish burner reactant for title. We're going to overlay here. Let's go for the boy.
Oh, compulse here?
Targeting.
I am going to go for the Dracosacula.
Sure. Okay, so this goes to extra. Compulse resolves. And, I mean, I guess we'll go for it. Let's trigger Blaster. Banish Tempest Lightning.
Sure.
Trigger Lightning. Or, I'm sorry, trigger
Tempest?
Tempest, excuse me. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess we're grabbing Tempest.
Sure.
I have triggered everything now. I guess that's it. I guess I'll go to battle. Hit with Stardust.
All right, it's Heliotrope.
I will hit you down to 100.
All right, that's all we need, baby.
That is all you need. Second main, I've got nothing else because this deck does not have 2 lightning. Go ahead.
All right, I'll draw for turn. Stand by main. I'm going to go Heavy Storm here.
Yeah, sure. I'll negate.
Sure. I will normal summon Evilswarm Castor.
That is fine.
I will normal summon Evilswarm Kirkyoin. Unfortunately, I only have 1 guy in grave, so it doesn't do anything. I can make Ophion here for all the good it does me. Get the blaster back to your hand.
Blaster does go back to my hand, and it's Ophion, I believe, is 2550, which is bigger than Stardust.
Well, but you can
actually that would prevent Stardust from even coming back because Stardust special summons; it doesn't return.
Right. The issue here, which you may be seeing, is you can pitch the blaster from your hand and win the game immediately.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, I've got a line for you.
Okay. Okay. I'm down.
I'm gonna overlay Catastor and Kirkyoin for my stroke.
Okay.
Ah!
Okay.
And I'll pass.
Okay. So this will go to hand.
Yep.
Stardust returns.
Yep.
I will draw. In the standby phase, I will get this blaster.
Yep.
Main one, I guess... I guess it does something. I'm going to blaster, pitch blaster, pop your back row.
Jesus. All right, I will chain Infestation Pandemic.
Excellent. For all the face-up Evilswarm monsters that you're protecting. Great play. Let's go ahead, I guess, banish Tidal Blaster for Tempest.
Sure.
I will go to battle.
Yes.
I will attack Tempest into my stroke, and on attack deck, I will activate Breakthrough skill.
No! I just don't have anything to say. Do you know what that opener was? It was...
What was it, buddy?
Valor, Heavy Storm, Compulse, and then... What was the 5th card? It was something ridiculous.
Like
Pandemic.
one Evilswarm?
It was
Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Oh,
Great. Happy to have Pandemic, and now you are going to be happy to lose the game right here.
do you have the combo?
Rhoda.
Okay, that's a start. That's an Evilswarm monster. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got one. All right, so this actually only gets Catastor,
Caster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's normal
Which is still pretty good. Sure, that's fine.
We're going to normal Mandragora. We're going to overlay for Ophion, baby.
Okay,
See?
this is the win con.
It's good. No, it's good. The deck is great. We'll go get Pandemic. And then we're just gonna set 2, buddy. Good luck, idiot.
All right, that's a good one. Anything in standby?
No, I got nothing.
So Infestation Pandemic is all unaffected by spells and traps, correct?
That is right.
Good. Normal summon Sook.
Yeah.
Target Ophion.
You're playing Tsukiyomi to beat Spellbook. Oh my god, all the same cards beat me. Oh my god. Yeah.
Now, I still have to kill the Ophion, so if I don't have a way to do so, then this is going to be a problem.
That's
so,
something.
I know one of the sets is Pandemic, so I don't have to worry about one of the cards. The other card is what I'm most afraid of here. So, I think... All right, so I'm going to start by pitching Stream and Tempest.
All right, maxi time, baby.
Oh, fuck. Well, you know, we got to do what we got to do. So here comes the title.
Yep.
And there's your draw. This is awkward. I feel like in this position, I'm almost forced to take the challenge because if not, I have zero recourse because you just flip Ophion and then I have no way to really deal with it. I think I have no choice but to just go crazy. So let's go ahead next and activate Gold Sark.
Sure.
I will banish Blaster, trigger Blaster for Burner. I'm going to pitch Burner, Title, get a Blaster, you get your draw.
Yep.
Could you imagine if the babies let you attack? Wouldn't that be nuts?
It would be something.
It would be. All right, so we'll overlay these two. We will make the boy.
There he is.
Any response?
No.
I think it is strictly more advantageous for me if I detach. Try to go for it.
Sure.
Okay, that's a good sign. Get a draw. I guess you could Veiler here because you want the draw. Pop.
That is A-okay.
Okay, so that's good. I'm just going to go to battle. Hit you for 11.
I'll take it.
Second main, I've got a set, and then end phase, Sook will bounce back to hand, and I'll throw it to you.
Standby main. Okay, let's go normal Castor.
That is fine.
Normal Kirk Yoan. Kirk effect. I'm going to banish Ophion and target Mandragora. I'm going to overlay Bahamut.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to activate Bahamut. I'm going to pitch the Mandragora. Target your Dracosac.
He's all yours.
Dracosac effect, and then we'll use the effect. I'll target the back row.
Fortunately, it was Royal Decree.
Hey, that's a good one! We still have a normal, but not a lot I can do with it. Let's just go to combat here. We'll attack here.
All right, Dracosac token down.
All right, second main, we'll go 1, 2, 3.
Holy
and
shit,
pass
that's a
back
lot
to
of
you.
back row. God, that Decree would have been killer. All right, I will draw. This is turn 1 on my Gold Sark. All right, fun.
So in standby, I'm going to fire Soul Drain.
Excellent. Anything else?
Nope.
You don't want to turn the screws any bit more?
I'm good.
I will MST the Soul Drain.
That is really bad for me. Wow, that's awful. Yep.
Anything on res?
Nope.
Man still has 4 back row I gotta play through. One of which is pretty much irrelevant because it is Pandemic. All right, I'm gonna attempt to summon Blaster, banishing Tempest and Burner.
That's fine.
Okay. Trigger the Tempest.
That's A-okay. Get your
Grab
one lightning.
My one lightning, yes. Figure I'd get him out of the deck now rather than later. Let's go Title, banishing the other 2.
Sure.
I'm gonna normal Sook, target the Bahamut.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go to battle. Sook into the token. I will go Title into Bahamut.
Yeah, that's fine.
Blaster into Draco.
Damage?
What do you got?
I'm going to Lance your Blaster.
Oh, Lance. Okay.
I had to find
yeah.
a use for this somewhere.
Yeah, I guess the Sook was actually pretty good for that, but I'm happy I got rid of Bahamut over Dracosac. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you drain me by 8, so I take 6 and Blaster dies. Sure. Second main. I think that's really all I can do, unfortunately. I would have liked to overlay, but that doesn't look like it's in the cards. So I'll just go to end phase. Sook will bounce to hand. Go ahead.
All right, we'll go Infection at end step.
Sure.
I'm going to shuffle a Caster back into the deck, and we're going to go get a Kirk. The card that you're getting off Sark. It's not Blaster, is it?
It is Blaster.
Damn, that's crazy. All right. I'll draw for turn. So first and foremost, Kirk.
Makes sense.
We are going to trigger the effect of Kirk. I'm going to banish Kirk, I guess. We're going to get Castor back to hand.
Okay.
Let's banish the Bahamut instead. I'm not bringing that guy back. We'll normal Castor. We could go for Ophion here, which is funny, but again, you've got the fucking Blaster in hand. Is it worth it just to make Ophion?
I also have Sook. I mean, so like there's 2 ways I can out it.
Not a fantastic setup here. We're going to go Compulse, targeting Tidal.
Oh, you're just going to try to game me?
Yes, by reborning your Blaster.
Oh. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, game 3. Yeah, buddy, I gotta be honest. This has actually been a lot more interactive than I initially thought it was going to be. I thought this was either just going to be you summon Ophion, I scoop, or I out Ophion, you scoop. And there's been gameplay here, even though it's been only over the course of a few short turns. There's been a lot of decision-making for sure. I get to go first this time.
Really chalking a lot up to a hand where I drew Maxi. You're like, yeah, there's a lot going on. Anyway, you drew 9 cards one turn.
Fair. I guess that probably... If you didn't have Maxi, how fucked were you on a scale from like 1 to 10?
Oh, 10. There was nothing I could do.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so let's hope we can have a repeat performance then. Judging by this hand, though, I do not know what to do. All right, YOLO. I'm going to pitch Burner, and a card we have yet to see in this deck, Eclipse Wyvern.
Oh, shit. Whoa, that's pretty good.
Any response?
No, yeah, go ahead.
All right, well, I guess no Maxi there. So Blaster comes down, trigger Eclipse Wyvern. We are going to banish. I had this in game 1, actually, but didn't need to summon it. Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon.
Oh, God.
You would think I had more to do, but silly you. I will activate Gold Sark.
Yeah.
For the 3rd game. Let's go ahead and banish. I guess I'll get rid of a Tidal here. And with Tidal, we'll grab Stream. And I'm going to set 1, and that's it, buddy. Go ahead.
Anything in standby?
I do not.
All right, heavy.
It is Breakthrough Skill.
Fuck! Stop! Oh, come on. All right, I'm going to normal Caster.
Sure.
Normal Kirk.
No response.
Overlay. Ophion.
Makes sense. At least I don't stop you from searching.
That's epic. I'm very happy about it.
I bet you are.
We'll grab Pandemic. We will set 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. End phase. Blaster goes back to hand.
Yup.
Draw. Turn 1 on Sark. Standby. I don't think I got anything, so we'll go to main 1. All right, so now the problem becomes you have Breakthrough Skill. Or excuse me, you have Pandemic for my Breakthrough Skill. So that's annoying. I mean, I'm not dead. You still have to kill me.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am too, buddy.
So, like, I'm not in a rush necessarily to do anything. Like, what if I just pass? Like, what does that do?
on, man.
Fuck it. Kill me.
Okay. Stand by main.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good start. I'm gonna normal Heliotrope.
That's a dude.
All right,
yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the 2-turn.
This will put me on the 2-turn. 1950, 2550.
You know what's like super fucking funny is that I can't use Ophion here. Because he's gotta have material. Well, you know, back to you.
You know what, buddy? I'm a gambling man.
Oh my god. Yep.
I'm a gambling man. I was about to roll a real die. I need to roll a die here. Okay. I'm a gambling man. Let's see where this goes.
Okay. It is Forbidden Dress.
Okay. Not the card I was hoping to hit, but, you know, we tried. All right, I'll draw. Standby. I do get this title to my hand.
Yep.
For all the fucking good it'll do me. All right. Well, 2-turn clock. I don't have a choice. There is 0 shot I'm going to be able to do this. So I may as well go out in style. I will normal summon Stream. I will reborn Eclipse Wyvern.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, sure. Let me think here. Is like Exciton Knight legal now or something?
It is not. I believe that is a set or 2 in the future. I wish it was legal. Your deck would be playing it also. It's an Evilswarm.
Oh, it's an Evilswarm! I'm trying to think what punishes me here. You can make like 101 isn't out, right? That's like a really late card.
That is in the same set as Exiton, so no, it is not out.
We're doing good here. What is Castell out? There's no
Castell
way
is after both of the cards you aforementioned, so no, it is not out.
You used your normal.
The card you are thinking of, I guarantee you, is not what you're thinking. I guarantee.
Yeah, go for it then.
I will overlay for Gem Knight Pearl.
Holy shit, a moly, dog. Oh, holy free holy.
No shot. No fucking shot this works. Is this fine?
Yeah, that's a-okay with me, buddy.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why am I doing this? This is so bad. I don't have a choice. Battle.
I have a compulse.
Fuck. Yeah, you got it. My hand's all rulers. I can't do anything.
I thought you had blaster.
I can't. I don't have another fire.
Oh my, thank the Lord.
So I actually fucked myself because what I should have done was off the Gold Sark, I should have banished Blaster instead of Tidal, but I didn't want to run myself out of blasters. But then I realized, like, oh shit, I need to pitch a fire for me to actually kill Ophia. Like, you don't just need Blaster. You need another card in addition to it. So instead of getting rid of this Tidal, if I would have searched for a burner, which I think this deck plays too, I fucking hope so. Yes, this plays another burner. Okay, so I could have gone pitch burner, pitch, what's it called? Pitch that and then pop Ophion that way. And then we would have been probably okay from that position. But I missequenced and I figured, yeah, we'll be fine. And breakthrough skill I was assuming would be enough, but it wasn't, clearly. I was hoping that I would breakthrough skill Ophion and then you don't have Pandemic and then I can just negate him and then just go off from there. So had a shot, but we got to see the power of Ophion in full force here, sadly. I guess... Yeah. I guess I could have done anything else? Probably not. I could have titled to send any card, but I don't think that still would have gotten me anywhere, in all honesty. So, it is what it is. I misplayed. You deserve the win, so it's no big deal.
I'm shocked it happened. This third hand was pretty good. It made Ophion, obviously, which is crazy. Seeing the breakthrough skill, I was horrified because I was like, oh, well, if you've got breakthrough skill, then Blaster kills me at any point. I did have Forbidden Dress, so the sequence goes...
Oh, no, not two.
No,
you
just
had
the
one dress.
So the sequence goes like, you breakthrough skill preemptively, I Pandemic, and then Chainlink 3 Forbidden Dress. Hilariously, Pandemic doesn't negate on-field already applied continuous effects. So both of these will still be applying to Ophion and will insulate it against Blaster. But then it's in a position where, like, if you summon a big enough boy or make a rank 4, then you can kill it. Honestly, I needed to draw exactly Heliotrope or, like, any reasonably sized guy. I guess the Mandragora also does it. Off the top, to get a clock going, because giving you, like, 4 turns to find an out is not where I want to be.
Yep, next card was Breakthrough Skill, although I think I shuffled, so maybe not. But, yeah, and like I said, I could have definitely played that better. I think I definitely didn't correctly assess the situation, but I think it's good to at least demonstrate the power that Ophion had in certain situations where, yes, the Dragon Ruler deck does have outs, especially post-side when you're siding in stuff like Tsukiyomi, and just every other card under the sun to make sure that this card won't be able to resolve so you can actually play the game. But if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have any of those options, or the cards that you do have are nullified by cards like Infestation, like cards such as Forbidden Dress, then, you know, most of your deck can't actually function. And that is one of the reasons why this deck was played by, I don't want to say the masses, but the masses of the players who could not afford to play either Ruler or Spellbook at this time, because it was actually, you know, good enough to be able to compete. You and I both saw, as we were looking at all of the top decks from around this time, Evilswarm was getting like 2nd place, 4th place, like top 8 at a lot of these, not WCQs, but at the national level at each of the European and non-American, basically, national tournaments. So it was around, and it was actually a threat to a degree. I would say most of the players, you know, sort of disregarded it. If you came up against Evilswarm, you may have only faced like 1 or 2 of it over the course of your run in getting a finish at a WCQ, and the rest of the time it was just going to be all Ruler mirrors and the occasional Prophecy here and there as well. For what it's worth, pretty solid strategy for a deck that probably costs like 40 bucks.
I would even push back against that. My list is the second place at the Mexican WCQ. This thing won the Denmark WCQ. I mean, it's kind of hard to defend. It's playing some pretty bad cards. You are on a ton of Evilswarms because you have to be. You have to open 2, and one of them has to give you an extra normal. Mandragora is good, Caster is good, Kirk is good, Heliotrope is good because of Rescue Rabbit, Thunderbird is admittedly pretty terrible. And the amount of cope this deck was on to beat Blaster specifically is shocking. Forbidden Dress main deck is unbelievable in a deck that wants to protect a 2,500 attack point monster. It also, unfortunately, we didn't get to see this because we didn't have this matchup, but does not have a particularly good matchup versus Prophecy. Turns out the deck's core function being to lock level 5 or higher summons, not very good when your opponent is never intending to summon anything with 5 or higher stars.
Oh no, I can't summon Priestess, excuse me.
So as a result, my version at least was, it appeared to be main boarded for rulers, and then the side, like the side for the Dragon Ruler deck I played last week, is basically like 8 cards specifically for Prophecy, 7 cards to improve the ruler matchup, and take out cards that are decent against both. Things like Forbidden Lance, which have kind of minimal utility against you, but they're fine. You know, they can stop the breakthrough skill or whatever. And, you know, it is what it is. Another one of the stupid-ass rabbit decks that ports into 2/4s, then overlays for a guy. I was really excited to see the backup Evilswarms. Bahamut is a really good card. Especially in a format where... you know, Big Eye is so impressive already. I had many turns where I could actually make Shockmaster, and I just didn't because there were better options. And a card that would again be seen when we go to, like, 2017 post-Blue Eyes format, because it was so accessible in, of all things, the Herald build that was around, is Evilswarm Ouroboros. You're probably used to seeing this made with Stick Chair Stick, an engine we'll see a little bit later. But this is a supremely powerful, just all-around card with a hugely high attack stat for a 4. And clears everything but Blaster.
Gotta admit, these last 3 Dragon Ruler episodes, I know you and I were just doomsaying it up and just proclaiming that it was the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! This hasn't been too bad. And honestly, I've had a blast, and we are going to have plenty more episodes of Dragon Rulers to come because although the massacre list of September 2013 that is very infamous from this time is right around the corner, Dragon Ruler doesn't go anywhere. They ban the babies, so what? All the daddies are still at 3. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Dragon Ruler goes through like 3 pretty enormous periods of playability. And by the end of its lifespan, it's actually settled pretty nicely in alongside the remainder of the top decks. So I'm excited to see what the future of Dragon Ruler looks like. Excited to play some things like Mythic Rulers, Ravine Rulers, Dragoonity Rulers, a lot of these really fun decks that just sort of lean on the admittedly extremely powerful daddies. And excited to see the power level of the format in general brought down enough that we don't have to cope with Ophion in order to actually win games.
But we're also going to see a lot more strategies start to emerge as well. They may not be as strong as the Dragon Ruler variants, but we get to see archetypes experimenting with actually splashing the Dragon Rulers into their decks natively, because at this point, there hasn't really been much incentive to do that because the Dragon Rulers just as a monolith are so incredibly powerful. But think about a deck like Dragoonity, which can just play 3 Tempest, 3 Redox. Think about a deck such as Mermail, which can take full advantage of Title's ability and the fact that it's a 7 to help just more easily make Abyss Gaios in your deck when paired with something like Abystius. There are a lot of neat little intricacies that the Dragon Rulers offer in specific strategies that we've yet to explore yet, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun once we get to that point. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So big shout to Shout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Tim00x3, Chaotic Meatball, MBT, Play Medulce, Eka Ironfang, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dan the Man Hoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Rockslide, Jordan Coons, Iron Blazem, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Lou, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, Phoenix the Immortal, Cody Bretch, John 2Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Give Me Speedroid or Give Me Death, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Matthew Brady, Mac, Max, MBT's Gamer Word Pass, Tom Russell, Twinkle Muncher, Why Read Cards When You Can Just Click Buttons, Valen Jackson, Aren't You Glad I Didn't Say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, Helios515, thank you Simo, MBT Gage, the RJB0, and Ruxin34, MBT fans scare me more than COVID, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Tyler H, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, Mike Ty, Rev Skinner, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Stella and Zoe Vermillion, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends, MBT canceled by all communities soon, canceled by all committees soon, canceled by all players soon, not reading cards makes the game interesting and you know it, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Hunter Reed, and Shrugs. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.